What's up? What's up? What is up? It is your girl, Anaya X, coming back to y'all with some of my raw, real reality. I haven't been on in quite a while for the few subscribers that I have. I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart for subscribing. It's obviously y'all subscribe because y'all want to hear that real, that raw, and that truth in regards to Black American society. And guess what? I'm here to give it to y'all. I'm not going to play no games tonight. I'm going to set it off right, and I'm going to come strong, and I'm going to let y'all know how I feel about this Diddy and this Jay-Z situation. We're going to get right to it. First and foremost, we're going to cut to the chase to Diddy first before I get into Jay. First and foremost, I don't believe none of this stuff that they said about Diddy. None of it. The only thing that I can see that Diddy did wrong, that I am not with him for doing, is that video with Cassie, because I actually seen it. That's the only thing that I can say that I deemed him wrong of doing. All this sex trafficking and having sex with minors and things of that nature, I don't believe it. That's for one. For two, the Jay-Z, absolutely don't believe anything regarding Jay-Z. But I'm going to let y'all know something, why this is happening. People are so jealous of Black Americans. When you look into the media, they denigrate us every single day. The Jay-Z Diddy situation, that is nothing new. Any Black American that amassed a certain amount of wealth, y'all got a peep game. Always they molested a child. It's always that same narrative that in sex trafficked somebody, from Jack Johnson, which the Mann Act that they used against Diddy and R. Kelly, is though that was a racist law that they put together for Jack Johnson, our first Black heavyweight boxer. Okay, so it goes all the way back from Jack Johnson. Every time Black Americans amass a certain amount of wealth, it's the same play. If you know Black Americans and you know our society, we already know that we don't even mess around with anyone or condone anything in regards of abusing kids, sexually, physically, or in any form. That's for one. I'm not saying that there's not Black Americans who have done such egregious crimes, but it's a no-go in my book. I'm not that old. And when I was growing up, the community would handle you if you dared to do such a thing as violate a child in any form, sense of the fashion. However the case may be, now we got this internet, which a lot of these people on these internets who are saying negative things about Black Americans in regards to this Diddy and Jay-Z situations are tellers. A lot of it. Or self-hating Negroes just trying to go along with what they see put out there. But I'm going to tell y'all something, Black Americans. We should never, ever, ever lose racial pride. To let them put this narrative out here, oh, we shouldn't be supporting the celebrities. Because they don't say that in regards to their celebrities that they idolize. Now they're putting this narrative out for our people who have made it. Who have made it. And guess what? Celebrating them is not a bad thing. It's called being proud of someone who's a descendant of American slavery and who made it out of that system. So once you make it out of that system, like a Jay-Z or Diddy, and you amass a certain amount of wealth, they gotta muddy your name. They gotta muddy your name. I'm gonna be clear for the second time. I don't believe any of it. Diddy don't got a sex traffic no chick. If he's into boy play or into whatever kind of freaky, kinky baby oil stuff he's in, that's not illegal. That's not illegal. You're gonna have tellers on the internet saying all this stuff and being conspiracy theorists. We need to get back to who we are as a community, as an ethnic group. Because we do have laws. You're innocent until proven guilty. Public opinion does not make you guilty. Beyonce being beautiful and marrying someone in her ethnic group does not make her and her husband guilty of anything. Let's stop the jealousy for Black Americans once and for all. We contribute too much to the world. To the world. For people to be so jealous of us. I get the jealousy. But just say that. Just say you jealous of us. You want me to think Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old girl with Diddy? You want me to think Diddy was raping children? I don't believe it. I believe what I saw that he did to Cassie. She's not a Black American. But by all means, that was absolutely deplorable. That's the only thing I'm convicting Diddy of. Outside of that, I'm not convicting him of anything that the media, which Malcolm X already told us, media is warfare, puts out against us. I'm never going to believe that. I'm never going to believe that. People have a jealousy for us that's unimaginable. Those chains via slavery were broken, and we've gotten ourselves out of that situation, and we never fled from where we're from. And people got a problem that we stand up in the face of adversity. And I'm proud of Jay-Z, Beyonce, and P. Diddy. And I'm not going against them regardless of anything. Even though Beyonce, which is one of my Black American idols, one of them, has not been accused of anything. She's guilty by default for marrying Jay-Z. Some people are online talking about she should divorce her husband because she's going to be bad for her brand. You think I care about a brand when somebody that I married and took on their last name is up against such salacious allegations based on him simply just being a Black American, and they just want to tear us down and want to make us the face of anything degenerate in this country? Never highlighting our positive attributes, never highlighting that Beyonce is the most one of the most Grammys of anybody in Grammy history. They brush past that. But her husband is this, her husband is that. And she's a witch and she's a devil too. This is jealous of Black Americans talk. That's all this is. Every time we get a certain amount of wealth, be it Jay-Z, Diddy, Michael Jackson, OJ, Jack Johnson, Sam Cooke, and you name it, Bill Cosby, the list goes on and on and on. It's always some of the same type of rhetoric. And it's getting tired and it's getting played. And I try to tell Black Americans, but they want to go along, some of y'all, not all of y'all. And I'm disappointed And some black Americans, not all, but some of y'all that are falling into this propaganda that the media is putting out. Come on. We don't do that. Outside groups don't like us. Understand that. Collectively. I'm not talking about individually. Collectively. Based off our history. But it's not going to change what our history is. It doesn't change what we've done. So we've done so much good that they got to keep throwing out this bad stuff to smear our image. Ethnogenocide. They don't want to pay us reparations. So smear our image. And we get the big wigs. These little everyday black Americans like me and you don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. So we have to understand where we're at in society and move very strategically and be on code collectively with one another. We hate no one. But racial pride, identifying as a distinct ethnic group, and not letting the media sway our thought process on one another is very important. A media that we don't own and has biases, it seems to be, allegedly, you gotta say allegedly nowadays, anything you say, allegedly, from what we see, got a problem with us anyway, because they put out all kind of bull. They never put out nothing good. Every other group is good but us. Fuck out of here. They're lying on Jay-Z. They're lying on Diddy. I know the media has made y'all think that Diddy is such this monster. Baby oil, having sex with supposed mans, allegedly, and women, and freak-offs don't make you guilty of nothing. That's your God-given right, whatever you want to do in your bedroom. Sex trafficking kids, don't believe. That's just what it is. I believe what I saw he did to Cassie. And that's about all. That's it. Because it happens too frequently once we get a certain amount of wealth. It happens so frequently once we get a certain amount of wealth. We either got to be LGBT, harming somebody, or treating other people terrible. It's got to be that it's that formula when it comes to black Americans. As if we're not moral people. As if we don't have any decency collectively amongst ourselves. No. The jig is up. We got to see this game for what it really is. It seems, allegedly, not even allegedly at this point, I'm going to go off the record with that our government has an issue with us. Mind you, all this is happening under a Democratic presidency. And black Americans vote for Democrats at such a high rate. Y'all do that. And it's not beneficial for that. For us collectively. I said y'all, I didn't say me. It's not beneficial. If you're going to address an issue, please don't have blinders on. I want intellectual people to read between the lines. Please don't have blinders on and have a problem where you're afraid to seek within, or you don't how to know all. Because if you know how to know all about things, it's called seek knowledge. Just because it's an easy way out. Mind you, all this is happening under the Democratic Party. Jay-Z did some things in his youth that our government led him no choice to. You didn't pay us reparations. Yeah, I'm still screaming reparations. You put crack in our communities. And people got strung out on it. And that's just what it was. So what, you want Italians to make money off selling us crack? No, and that's just something that I said. Not saying that Italians, one way or the other, have anything to do with that. That was just something that I brought up. Because we all know, based off what Jay-Z said, he had some dealings in that world. I understand his struggle and his growth, being that I know people who come from that. And I don't think one way or another he's a bad person via of Black American circumstances. You cannot victimize people and then expect for them not to have issues or not to have problems that they're subjugated to, or not to be a victim of their environment, or a product, I should say, of their environment. And then the moment you deem something that they do as illegal or problematic or whatever, they're the problem. Fuck out of here. No, our system's the problem. And our system seems to have an issue with Black Americans. That we're collectively a strong group. That we survived slavery. That we're still here. You think your system is also working. That's what you think. When you didn't kill off your enemy. So what you want to do is denigrate them. What you perceive as an enemy, I would say, because we don't give a fuck about you. But what you perceive as an enemy, they're not all gone. They're still procreating. Pause. Our ethnic group is still alive. By the millions. We're still innovative. We got people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy that are billionaires, and they're not the only ones. So y'all trying to get ahead of this to smear our image. So if collectively the public opinion is not for us, then y'all can do a ethnogenocide in that way in regards of us. We're not the fake natives, because we are Native American as well, that y'all got left on here. We built a little bit different. Y'all better come with another plan, and guess what? That won't work either. But in conclusion, the Jay-Z, Diddy, or anybody that they try to persecute publicly moving forward, that's Black Americans, it won't work. Not for me. This is nothing but jealous of Black Americans. Talk and media persecution. That's it. Because of our history, because of things that we've done, how innovative we are, how global successful we are, how successful we are collectively. That's all this is. Any of the talk and propaganda points, nothing but jealousy. And that's what we have to see it as at this point. It's nothing but jealousy of the progression and how consistent we continue to be collectively as an ethnic group. They put out all kind of things in the media. Biracial couples. Anything to dilute us down, which I have no issue with whoever people want to love. But guess what? There's too many of us still creating collectively as a whole that's not diluting our race. And that are in centralized areas. So we're getting the full spectrum of our culture collectively and whatever state you in. And it's not going to stop. There are voices outside of the ones that are jealous and want to put out fake propaganda on us that people can go and listen to as well. We're not going anywhere. You're not going to erase us. And that's just what it is. We've done too much. If you think we're going away silent, forget about it. We're in our country that our ancestors built. We ain't going nowhere. We still asking for reparations. We're not going against people in our ethnic group. You're not going to get us to hate Black Americans that are celebrities that made it out of this system. And that's what it is. You resonate with people who you can identify with. So as long as y'all keep putting artists out that are Black Americans are going to resonate with them. Understand and know that. We ain't going nowhere. There's nothing you can do about it. What y'all going to have to do is deal with us. Just like Joe Biden told, when he came into office, told Reverend Al Sharpton and the Black Caucus, and I have very much some knowledgeable information that leads back to Detroit regarding the Black Caucus, ironically. But that's for another day. And I'm going to get to that. Trust me. But just like y'all told them, we going to have to deal with the Mexicans. We ain't got to deal with a motherfucking thing. All we got to do is worry about revising our communities and our culture and being on call with one another. We ain't got to deal with nobody. Do you understand me? But one another. And anybody else can kiss. That's where we at with it right now. We got to focus on one another. Anybody else can kiss. And I'm going to speak to Detroiters when I come back on here. All this disrespect we taking from these people at these gas stations and liquor stores and beauty supply stores that don't even motherfucker want to speak. When we spending our money, we're going to have to change that whole makeup. Because we helping these people. All these people come over here and set up shop in our areas and build up. Then tell us we lazy. Fuck out of here. When you left where you were from. Based off the 95 Civil Rights Act. The 1965. Because I'm passionate. So forgive me. 60 Right Acts. 1965 Civil Rights Act that indoctrinated a new immigration law that had not been changed since 1924. So not only did Martin Luther King fight for Civil Rights Act, he fought for a new immigration law that had not been changed until 1924. We single-handedly got these people over here, and these folks want to disrespect us along with other entities in the media. We're not having it moving forward. We need to be focused on ourselves. We need to see the bigger picture. Keep in mind, all this is happening in regards to people from our ethnic group. The denigration and the basic lies in regards to people from our community that have made it under the Democrat watch. Democrats. Y'all be blessed and stay woke.